How I almost got evicted. How I almost got evicted. Let me fix this camera here real quick. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm gonna run through what happened again for those who didn't watch the last video. So, everybody knows rent's due on the 1st. Something that slipped my mind. I did not necessarily, it didn't register. Why? Because I didn't read the freaking contract. The day as to which I went to go and sign it, I was in such a hurry to get in the lease and get my internet running for my job. It was like, I didn't even read the lease. I was just like, I just signed whatever I needed to because the lady, the kind lady at the time, shout out to the kind lady. The kind lady at the time, the apartment office was closed. So my time to go out there and get things done, she was on her way out. She had probably had like 2 or 3 minutes left on her shift. So she was, dipping into overtime just to come help me. So us signing things, her giving me the keys real quick. Keys didn't even work. They didn't even, or the door to the gate key didn't even work. We just had to get that registered later on. All that stuff, it was just in such a fussle that I forgot about the lease. First mistake. Second mistake. The second mistake is I didn't review the lease. I didn't go back when I had time. I'm not sure if I even said that. Maybe I just said that right now. But you get what I'm saying. So now, what is another issue? Here's another problem. I wasn't staying on top of it. I wasn't staying on top of the fact that I needed to pay this money to the landlord. This is a property managed joint. So I didn't pay it to the property management people. So here's what happened. The day of the day that my world got kind of shook a little bit was I get done paying my late fee for my lease. As I look on the website to pay the amount of money, and it's like, oh, you guys a late fee. You used to pay $9.30, now you got to pay $10.77. And I'm like, dang, it's kind of lame. But whatever, I'm just gonna go ahead and pay this. It was on the 6th. So I get on the phone with my homie, we're talking. And then I'm like, I see something going through my door. I'm like, wait, is that a Mormon or like a Jehovah's Witness or something? Like, what are they slipping through my door? Turn out it's a freaking, I look at it and I'm like, I hang up on my friend, it's a freaking notice to vacate. And I'm like, what the heck? This is how they do it here in Texas? They don't play. So I'm like, wait, so it says like, if you don't leave by the 9th, we have grounds to file an eviction notice. And I'm thinking like, huh? That's never happened to me in my life because I'm just now starting to live my life. So just picture it, a person who leaves his hometown, who leaves all his family from California to Houston to get into a place on his own. I mean, obviously, God willing, but without any real help from anybody else. To now I'm about to get evicted. So I'm stressed. I've never been, I can't even remember the house. I guess I can remember, I haven't been that stressed in a long time, at least in 5 years. 4 to 5 years. I've never been that stressed in my entire life. Or maybe 3 years, yeah. Because I remember sometime in 2018 where another thing happened. I'll explain that to you guys in the future, but anyways. So for the whole day, the whole weekend, this is what happened. The office closes on the 6th. I'm sorry, the office, yeah, the office closes on the 6th at 6 p.m., meaning they have a Sunday weekend and then they're back on a Monday. So I got the notice on Saturday. I had to wait till Sunday, right? I couldn't do anything. I couldn't contact anybody at the office, and I had to wait till Monday. So what was going on during that time? I was praying. I was contacting people. I was letting some people know about the situation. I was trying to maybe get something in order. You know, the plans I stated in the last video. I was ready. I was not completely ready, but I was ready to do what I need to do if I had to be held accountable for my actions. I was ready to get the U-Haul. I was ready to contact a lawyer to see if there was any way I can get back into the spot. I was ready to start booking another Airbnb and start asking people if I can get some type of internet access for my job. I had it all planned out, but it wasn't a pleasant feeling. I was not feeling good at all. But towards the end, I actually started getting peace about it because I realized, like, if they want me gone, there's nothing I can do about it. I can't force myself to be here. And it doesn't even make sense to do that. Like, on top of that, like, I can only try and get the best scenario done for me that I can. So what happened? What happened? Sorry it took so long. Maybe I'll put in a thing, like, if you want to skip to what exactly happened, you know, I'll put it in the time frame in the description. But what happened was, they opened the office opens at 10 on the first week. They open at 10 on Monday, so that's today. Today's Monday. I'm like, hey man, I'm about to wake up. I'll be there. I'll be the first one there. So I'm there with my stupid coat, with my stupid Dos Equis mask. You know, because of the mask mandate at the spot. I'm there with my freaking my notice to vacate letter. I'm just like, man, what am I gonna do, man? I figured this is what I was gonna do. I'm going, if they insist on me leaving, I'll tell them, look, I'll pay you guys three to 4 months rent right now. Just to give you guys faith that I won't break the lease again. But this is what she says. She's like, oh, yeah, so how can I help you? Well, this is me. I got this notice to vacate, and I'm just a little bit, I'm wondering what I can do about it or if there's any remedy. And she's like, oh, well, I told her I paid my rent that day, but I got the notice right after, which is a true story. And she was like, oh, so you already paid the rent? And she's like, yeah. Or I said, yeah. And then she said, oh, well, don't worry about it. You know, we do that to everybody. Everybody who's late on the date of payment, which is by 11:59 on the 5th of each month. If you're late on that time, you automatically get served a notice, and that's just how they do it there. Procedurally, that's how thorough they are. They want to get their ducks in order before they actually need to really pounce on you to get you out of there by eviction and right of possession. But they just do that so that there is a legal and a timely, it fits on their time frame, that's how they can do it. And I'm like, huh? You mean to tell me this whole day, the whole day I was, you know, stressing out and then not necessarily being able to sleep each night, tossing and turning, praying, all this stuff. You mean to tell me that I'm not getting evicted because I paid already? And she's like, yeah. She said, let me show you the ledger to show you that your payment is processed, that we accepted the payment. So because we accepted the payment, you're back in the game. And I'm like, oh, snap, man. So she shows me the ledger, shows it right there, and I'm like, praise God, man. Because I was like, man. But what did I learn in that time frame? See, and this is how I know God is real, because God literally showed me what does everybody want from their consequences, bro? What does everyone want from their consequences? They want the least punishment possible, right? They want a slap on the wrist. Everybody wants a slap on the wrist. if anything at all. But at the very least, it's common sense that everybody wants a slap on the wrist for things that they do. If they have to be accountable for their own faults, and if there is due penalty for their faults, we all love a slap on the wrist. And that's exactly what I got. But I didn't think that at the time. And this is how God works, and this is why people should fear God. Because God was, as I was praying, like, look, Lord, like, help me out, like, give me something, throw me a bone. I was getting comfort in that, talking to my family and, making sure that I had my ducks in order if things should go for the worst. But the silence is what got to me. The unknown is what got to me, but God let me experience that because it was necessary. Why is it necessary? Because the trials that I brought on myself. The fact that I did to just slip my mind, like being somebody from Cali, like not even really understanding all the explanations as to what I did wrong. I brought it on myself. But what happened? What happened? God ended up working it in my favor. How though? It works in my favor that everything turned out and I'm back on the lease, right? But how else did it work in my favor? I've literally grew closer to God in the past 48 hours than I have. I just made a large stride in terms of having more relationship with God. And that's a really big testament to His mercy, His provision, His foresight. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that the people that don't necessarily believe in God, I'm trying to implore you guys, look, man, He's real. He's worked on me right now. And to people who would say, nah, it was just a coincidence. I'm sorry, man. I don't believe in coincidence, man. I really don't. If you just have faith, it'll take you a long way, man. Because that's what I had faith in. It was literally the reason why I got everything in order before it happened. It just so happens to happen that I got a slap on the wrist, which was, hey, yeah, we gave you notice, but hey, so long as you paid, we accept the payment, you're back in. So, what else did I learn from this? Let me see how much time I got. Damn, I'm talking for 12 minutes. What am I going to do now, from now on? And this is my warning to everybody. Don't procrastinate, man, because it can really mess you up. I almost lost, if I would have lost this apartment, I would have lost my job. Because I need a landline connection with adequate internet speeds. A landline connection, meaning it cannot be Wi-Fi. It has to be hooked up to a box, to my computer. It has to be like that, or else my internet is not adequate. And if my job checks on that, bang, I'm out of policy with him. And right now behind me, I will show the camera. Maybe I can. Look, I got 2 cameras. Oh, sorry for that noise. I have 2 monitors. Okay? Why is that important? It is impertinent to the job that it is important. It's very important that I have those 2 monitors because that is protocol for the job I have, right? But it's extremely difficult to get a monitor set up if I'm going to be sleeping at somebody's house, or if I'm going to be having an Airbnb, to get all those variables aligned. It was racking my brain as to how I was going to do it in less than 24 hours, or in 24 hours plus whatever the remainder of this day is, because I thought I was getting evicted by the 9th, or kicked out by the 9th before they evict me. So where was I going with that? That is because I procrastinated. The amount of catastrophe and destruction to my life that is going to happen because I'm not being responsible. You see what I'm saying? God spared me and He showed me, look, this is what happens when you're not responsible. But this is a warning. So are you gonna acknowledge this and learn from this? Or are you going to be like, huh, thanks God, and then take it for granted and then do the same thing? No, he's challenging me and he's scaring me because this is what I prayed for in the past. I prayed to have more wisdom. I prayed to be more like an adult. I prayed to be a better person. That's what I prayed for. And that's what God has given me. Now I am afraid. Now I am afraid to not be responsible. I'm more afraid to not be responsible. So I have a direct incentive now to get things done in a timely manner. What am I going to do now? I'm going to make sure that everything is on auto pay, whatever bill it is. I'm going to make sure that if I can pay it on time. I'm sorry, not just on time, but before the time that's asked. Why? That looks good on your record. That makes sure that you're thorough. That makes sure that you can be secure and confident and all the bills and all your obligations are met. And you don't owe anybody, you don't have any obligations, not breaking any contracts. You get what I'm saying? This is very, very important. So what is God trying to show you who's watching? That if you're watching this video, know this, that your mistakes and the consequences of my mistakes in one way or shape or form can come to a theater near you. That if you don't do things in a timely manner, if you're slacking off and you're not obeying your obligations to other people, oh, you got something coming. God spared me, he might not spare you, man. That's why it teaches to fear God, because God will set things up in a way that they can benefit you, but it'll work for your good if you really love them. So, yeah, that's all I have to say. I'll timestamp this video, but you guys take care.